you know.
Alright, so it's the morning of day one and just kind of managed chaos here. Cory had a little bit of an issue with his numbers, but we're getting going, so.
They're aired out, I put them at 80.
We need to stay within the rules. It is very clear over and over, like, don't do neutral service on the left side of the road, don't fold your numbers, don't be a dick. All of these very basic things that you need to be aware that at this point going forward, you set the standard for yourself, but then also other people are going to be watching you and us more and more and more as we go forward. Yeah, I didn't see the sign. I need to get a radio.
Yeah.
We are in the caravan and we will be following the guys all day. We are car number 10. So that means in the caravan that we are staying in that position. We'll always be behind car number 9.
Just a reminder, we are approaching kilometer 0.
Yep, we'll be starting in just a second.
Just after the turn, kilometer 0, we have an official start.
So we had a mechanical here, which is no good. So we had a little bit of a scare there. Cory had a mechanical. I don't know, maybe his chain hopped off, but pre-race jitters, I guess, are kind of coming out. We'll be okay. So hopefully that's our issue for today. The field has just blown apart. So we said we were going to do this, and it looks like they finally turned on the screws.
Small split in the main field, 21 riders have a slight advantage, no numbers yet.
By now he's probably alone.
Nice job.
Driver's license!
Damn it! Ride your pace, ride your pace. Just ride your pace.
This is my pace.
Just stay with it.
Crashed.
Stay with it. You didn't get f***ing crashed, you left yourself vulnerable.
Hey, good job. You win.
I have to park back here. Well, that didn't go so well. Well, today, well, it's been a day. My neck is utterly locked up, which is a vestige of my broken neck. Ever since then, I really struggle with my neck anytime it gets super dehydrated or I'm stressed or anything like that. So Cory crashed. He finished the stage, but he's out. He was struggling with concussion-like symptoms, and it's too great a risk to his health. He's been struggling with this. We're not going to force it. So that's it. The GC gone in 1 second. One stupid error of being vulnerable. It's why I preach to everybody, you have to stay safe. If you're on the ground, Rule number one is protect yourself. Stay safe. You're responsible if you crash. So it's been hard. It's just been really freaking hard. Had to like talk with everybody, talk with Cory, kind of walk them through today. And it sucks. I mean, I feel like shit right now. I'm tired. Feel emotionally drained. It's been really tough. But we're gonna learn from this and we're gonna keep moving forward. It's the process, you know? We'll keep moving forward. All right, today is stage 2. Had a huge loss yesterday. Cory, he crashed and we pulled him from the race because of his head. Just worried about concussion. And now we have to focus on what's ahead. And we still have guys in the race and we want to see what they're capable of. So fingers crossed that everybody gets through safely and go from there. Drop your cadence, breathe. He's fighting it.
Say again.
He's fighting it.
Great job.
You're a killer.
I tried to play it too, man. With 2K to go.
I saw you.
I f***ed up, man. I was on the wrong side of the road, and the lip on the road was throwing people aside.
Hey. Awesome job.
Thanks.
What's
I'm just
possible?
always working for somebody else, you know, because I enjoy doing that. I really enjoy working for somebody else, and I've always done that like the past 2 years, you know, racing at like this, you know, elite level.
That's why I pushed you when we talked.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, I see more for you.
Yeah.
You
And
see
so-
it. You see it for yourself. Now,
Yeah,
right?
and now it's like, shit, well, today might be one of the few opportunities where I can like try to get into the sprint terrain and try to get into like, I want to see what it's at, like what it's like to be sprinting at that level.
Yeah.
And I got a taste of it,
Good.
and it's totally achievable.
It's
you know?
totally achievable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, it is the morning of the Tyrone time trial at Gila, and yeah, our objectives have just been absolutely blown to shit this week. So it is what it is, but I tell you, I am struggling a little bit this week. It's been hard just kind of taking that big setback and reevaluating. And you know, we're out here and realistically we don't really have any shot at winning, and that really bothers me. I like winning, but the truth is that I really just hate losing. I hate it. It just absolutely, no. Even when we won in Redlands, it was like, okay, that was the plan. The plan worked, great. It all went how it was supposed to. But losing, But But that's the thing about bike racing. You got to take a hit and keep going. You know, you're always going to have things like this. And if you're smart, then you learn from it, you reevaluate, and you keep moving forward. This is how I felt last year when Cory crashed at US Pro. I just felt sick to my stomach. And I've been here before with Inno, with Justin, and it sucks. But, you know, you just keep moving forward. You keep moving forward. That's all you can do. Good luck out there.
Yeah, thank you.
Go. All right, it's crit day, and since this week has kind of turned into kind of just an assessment on where we are, I'm gonna have Joey and Inno do a lactate test. Just kind of see a few things. I want to see what it's like at altitude for both of them, and then also want to see what it's like in a TT position. One of Joey's objectives this year is to target the 40K American TT record, and we want to see what he can do at altitude in a TT position. All right, we're experimenting a little bit. Did a lactate test with Joey a little bit ago on his TT bike. We run a different position. Now we're gonna try it on his road bike and see what that looks like. How you feeling?
Good.
Yeah?
Still feels easy, but lactate doesn't lie.
Yeah, seriously. What's your power?
260.
260? Okay, perfect. Really had some fascinating numbers. Looking at the difference between Joey's TT bike and his road bike. And I had a theory, and so far it's holding up, which is that the lactate numbers are going to be very different between the road bike and the TT bike. So position dependent. And that makes sense because you're engaging different muscles. And so if one group of muscles aren't as fit, because you haven't used them as much, you're gonna have higher lactate values at certain power. And that's what we're seeing. So we can pinpoint his training and really dial into where he needs to be, which is awesome. All right, guys. Good luck out there.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nice and steady, guys. 20 seconds. Nice and steady, you got this. So Joey, what happened today?
I bounced my chain off at the base of the climb and had to actually dismount, put it back on.
How many times has that happened now? This year?
Too many after the first.
Yeah. What's the definition
lot.
of insanity? Yeah.
I've tried a lot of half measures, but at this point, it's time to just cut my losses and start with something fresh.
I don't say what I say for no reason. I love you, buddy, but you gotta get off of that.
You don't have to apologize about that. It's gone.
Water?
Actually good.
Okay. Okay, you're doing good. Make sure you pour water on yourself, okay? So we're following the break of the day. Inno's in it. Don't really expect too much of it, but it is good to see him up there. And as I've been saying, you know, I just want to see the guys practice for down the road. that's where we're at. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that everything goes smoothly. Joey keeps having mechanicals behind in the main field, so that'll be fun to talk with him about later. Gap's now down to a minute, and they're gonna get caught on this climb because Medine or Floyd's is probably gonna attack here. Either way, the pace is gonna go way up, and the gap's at a minute, it'll just shrink to nothing.
I'm almost there. I'm just gonna roll it.
You gonna do it?
Yeah.
Did you have fun today?
Yeah, I was in the break, in the main break. That was fun. Even though we know it's not going anywhere, we know it's not going to make it to the finish. It's still fun to roll it.
Can't keep a good man down, huh?
Yeah,
Just for like, well, I'm here to race my bike.
exactly. Yeah, I didn't want to sit in the pack.
Another Gila done and dusted.
Yeah.
Nice job. How you feeling, Joseph?
I feel really good. You know, great job, buddy.
I'm back from Gila, and man, it was a tough trip. After Cory's crash, really had to reevaluate kind of what our priorities were and use it as an opportunity to see where everybody's at. And it was pretty clear that nobody really had the legs to do much of anything. You know, one of the analogies that I often tell people is that in the sport, it's a lot like F1 racing. If you put the best driver in the worst car, how would they do? But if you put the worst driver in the best car, they're still gonna win some races. The engine is probably 90% of performance in cycling. And that's why I say races are won in the off season. So I have a pretty clear understanding of where we're at, how we need to build the engine and move forward with everybody. And so we're gonna finish out the rest of the season, Cascade and then Nationals for a few of the guys. Then we're gonna shut it down in mid-July and really get to work on building things for next year. So while Gila was a tough learning experience, definitely came away with a lot. And I'm glad for the reality that we were shown. So on we go.
Jordan, that was amazing, man! That was so much fun! Going to do it again! You ain't fooling nobody.
They could do a 40K. Really?